Well, I'm sitting over here, and as you can see, I thought I can go live with my computer. I don't know what's going on, but this is so confusing. All of these connection. It's great. It's good fun, but it's so challenging. And people who started off with no computer in their life, and all of a sudden, when they start to work in this workable life of computer, it was a must. And so it's like one generation to the next generation, and it's changed a lot. And especially when you're old school, and back in the days when we didn't even have cell phone, and when it was the cell phone, it was those big horseshoes one, and the battery was like literally a size of a battery that you have to walk around with. I remember those days back at Cocojor. I was end up like the one that's carrying the battery all around. But welcome to Cocojor Chit Chat Corner. Well, I don't know about you guys, but don't you think you're somehow getting more senile? Sundays are the days that I go and collect all of my energy of things that I need to do. And so, like each day, write down on what my goals are, what my things I have to do. And by the way, I started my new book, remember? I have a whole bunch of these books. My other one, I closed my chapter on that book. And the reason why I love to write all this, because one day it will become like literally you. It is you. And it's your contents that you write, your intention that you write. And it's like really your blueprint on how you want to go forward in your life's journey. And so I started this, and we went into a lot of information with my team, and it's I'm gonna shut this off because it just keeps on going off. It's so distracting because I'm one person who likes to stay focused, and like I was trying to do it on the computer to go live because this is my new challenge on bringing up contents of what was I thinking? And so, we all go through that moment, especially for me because, I work from home and I do a lot of things from home, but it's because it's like my sanctuary. I created that sanctuary where I can really get that surrounding to give me the optimum energy. And so today, I got an email and all this thing, and I'm like, oh my God. I kind of put my life about my life in LA on the back burner. And I totally not forgot about it. I can't say I forgot about it because I still have my whole entire life over there. And it's funny because I couldn't find the keys. I looked all over and I'm like, oh my God, I know I have the second pair of my car keys because I have to get it, some things done with it. And I call up my Pancho. He's so cool. My Pancho. And I'm like, Pancho. And so Pancho, I'm so glad that I have him out there to help me because he's the man. I mean, seriously, the first one to pick me up and literally the last one to help me pack up my things before I came back home to LA. So, due to the corona, he's somehow surviving, but you never forget the people that help you, So I always wish, people always sometimes thinks that, you forget the ones that really, really helped you throughout the way. And, it doesn't mean that how much money they would bring in for you or how much work they did. It's really about the connection because, like for Pancho, he is such a good person from the inside out. And he came from, I forgot what country it was, but he migrated here to the United States. And he told me his, things about his life. And he's a very good person, and I only wish him well. So, and the reason why I say that is because it's nice to have somebody when you're not there that you can truly trust and literally give your key. And I found my key. I was like, I know I put it somewhere. And I make sure, because I got so much keys, that this one is my spare key. And I found it because I got it. You know, it has everything that that needs to be taken care of for my place back in Beverly Hills. And so I found my keys. I'm so happy that, you know, I can go forward and get those things, that half of my life done. And then I was at the same time, I found my jewelries. And it's so funny because when I came back, I stopped wearing jewelries. And I'm like, I forgot I had this, and I forgot I got this. And I'm like, wow, today I'm going to be a little bit oshade, you know. And sometimes it's good when you're so busy, and, you know, a lot of us who are grounded, and there's a lot of us forget that, you know, we don't need makeup, we don't need all the jewelry, we don't need to drive fancy cars, or we don't need to do this. But we also have this need that we achieve in our life. So it's okay to have these, you know, things of luxury. But at the same time, you also always need to be grounded, because the thing is that in life, you always have to remember that it's better to see from the bottom up. And that's what I learned through my butterfly garden today out there. I was like, wow, look at this sunflower. And then I go in this and look at the caterpillars and the little babies and the little eggs. And then you see the butterfly floating. And I'm like, wow, this tree literally was dead. It was like one day it was like fine, and the next day it just automatic died. And I left that part up, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful background. And then I have a new sprout of, you know, trees, branches coming out. And so, you know, that's the thing about life, is that we always forget that, you know, everybody has a different purpose, a different way of how they want to live their life and how they want to go forward, you know. And some people love to live the life of, you know, luxury, bling bling, and all that other jazz. And that is fine, because that's really what brings that other person happiness. And so really, if this person is living somewhere where, you know, and I heard, and it was so funny because this one person that I met when I was packing up my things, coming back to Honolulu, he was like watching me. And because somebody promised me that they was going to help me over there to pack my things in the storage, they never come. So I was like literally bringing down, because, you know, and I was like on a time limit, because the next day the person was, the truck for the pods was going to come and pick it up. And so, you know, this guy was watching me, and he's like, oh man, you're tough, you're like going back down and da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, because it can't fit in my car, so I might as well use, you know, roll it down into my pod over here. And he's like, well, so anyways, to make a long story short, he was telling me that, you know, about the jungle. And I was like, what is a jungle? And he's like, you don't know? And I'm like, look out there, girl. And I was like, wow. And he started telling me things about the life in LA, and, you know, and how the Rodney King thing happened. And he was telling me about all these things that was like really true to what it is. And, you know, one thing about LA that I love is that many people have many different stories, many different walk of life, many different ways, which is right, which is wrong. It's your life. And so a lot of people can't unveil that mask, because we were told to mask up pretty much all of our life, right? That we have to be educated this way, and that we have to do like a certain things at a certain age, you know? And so really it's the time that we really kind of rise up our frequency and start seeking our own frame, our own vision, our own way of life. Like, I'm so excited. I'm writing down my new chapter, and literally, it kind of woken me up and it gave me that aha moment. Is like, wow, I remember I bought this for my 50th anniversary. Why? Because I deserve it. And I'm wearing it, and I'm like, you know, I always wanted it. It's very simple, but yet it's very elegant. And my girlfriend's like, just buy it, just buy it. That was such a great 50th, where I literally traveled with my friends and went to onsen and went to eat good food, literally eat, pray, and love for my 50th. And now here I am out here in Hawaii, and I have these issues of going kind of senile and finding my things. And I was like, well, I had a journey out here, literally in Beverly Hills. Oh, I had this journey of getting this watch, or I had this journey of getting this ring, or I had this journey of so many great memories. And so, besides writing it down and where you put all of your stuff, like what I just did, it took me a while. From this morning, I'm calling up my mom, do you have my spare key? And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's so cute because she remembers where I hide for my house keys over here. So she said, isn't it over there? And I'm like, no, I put it separate because I put my other things in my Los Angeles knot in a different section. And then that's when it clicked. And right after I got off the phone, I found it. So sometimes it's, you're panicking, looking for things, and like, oh my God, I'm getting senile. I can't find things. And don't you hate it when in between you're looking for things and then you find like, oh my God, I totally forgot about this. So I kind of did that today, and, it kind of brought me back a really good smile. And, like for Pancho, I mean, he lost his job. I mean, he's struggling out there. He has like 7, 8 kids. I don't know. And so, you just want to help. You just really want to help from the inside out, because you can really, when you do that and you just feel that consciousness just rising to just help from the heart, from the soul, it makes you feel good. Even though you don't tell them, like, you know what, just send me your address. Thanks for helping me. And, for me is I always give a box of Aloha, and that is something that is just part of Hawaii. We always give back, and that's something that we were always brought up in. Like in Japan, the omiyage system is huge, and where everybody, they go shopping for everybody else and then they shop for themselves. And that's how it's the thought of mindfulness that we can always use, because sometimes when we get, we're all struggling no matter what, but there's more people out there that is struggling more, and just a little touch of mindfulness, of saying thank you or acknowledging them, or even giving that gift of sending them just a card or something to just say thank you, you appreciate them. And so this Chit Chat Corner for Sunday, which I started on day 4, so day 4, 5, and 6, this is my Chit Chat number 3. And so I'm going to really make it my challenge to come out here and come in my Chit Chat Corner and just give you what I go through. And look, remember I did my hair that every time it gets so bushy. Well, this is day 2 or day 3. it's holding up the straightness. So let's see how it is. I'm going to put it up on my YouTube, what I did, and whew, let's do it. Today's Sunday. Let's give a smile and take away that senileness out of your mind and just breathe and maybe start to write it down or make a memo of where you put your important thing, because sometimes we overachieve and hide it so well that we can't find it. That's what happened to me on this Senile Sunday. So just putting it out there, putting all this great energy of a smile and aloha. You take care, and I'll see you next on my Chit Chat, Cocojor Chit Chat. And don't forget to subscribe to pick up on all my latest videos of Aloha. You take care. I'll chit chat with you soon.